All right, everyone. Welcome, welcome. We are going to get started. Bem-vindos a todos. My name is Natasha, and I'm so excited to be with all of you today. Welcome to our Carnival celebration. We've had programs all day. So far, we read a story together this morning and had a samba lesson. That was really fun. That woke me up this morning, got my body going. We even traveled to Italy and learned all about Venetian Carnival masks, and that was really wonderful. So what we're going to do now is we are going to enjoy this really wonderful performance by the Afro Brazilian Cultural Center of New Jersey. They have put together this performance, and they're going to take us through these 5 dance acts of Samba and Capoeira. So they're going to get started in a few minutes. Afro Brazilian Cultural Center, are you guys ready? I know they've been working hard on putting this performance together for all of us, and I have been looking forward to this all week. Okay, we'll let them take it away.
Paranauê, Paranauê, Paraná, Paranauê, 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 Paraná. Vai dizer a minha mulher, Paraná, capoeira me venceu, Paraná. O Paranauê, Paranauê, Paraná. Vamos embora, Paraná, como já disse que vou Paraná. Vamos embora pra Bahia, Paraná, amanhã 7 horas, Paraná. Tem batuque todo dia, Paraná, mulata tem qualidade, Paraná. E Paranauê, Paranauê, Paraná. Abalou capoeira, abalou, abalou, deixa abalar. Abalou, deixa abalar. Oh, abalou, deixa abalar. E abalou, deixa deixa rolar. Zum, 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 capoeira mata um. É zum, 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 capoeira mata um. Oh, zum, 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 capoeira mata um. Hoje tem marimbó, zum, 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 hoje tem marimbó. Hoje tem marimbó, hoje tem marimbó. Hoje tem marimbó, hoje tem marimbó. Hoje tem marimbó, hoje tem marimbó. Zum, 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 capoeira mata um. Yeah, zum, 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 capoeira salva um. Oh, zum, 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 capoeira mata um. Oi, sim, sim, sim. Oi, não, não, não. Oi, sim, sim, sim. Oi, não, não, não. Oi, sim, sim, sim. Oh, não, não, não. Oi, oi, sim, sim, sim. Oi, não, não, não. Ei, ai, ai. Ade, joga bonito que eu quero ver. Ai, ai, ade, joga bonito que o povo quer ver. Como passou, como vai você. Ade, 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 ade. Olha, joga bonito que eu quero ver. Vai você, Dona Maria. Eu vai você, como vai você? Como passou, como vai você? Eu vai você, como vai você? Eu vai você, como vai você? E quando vamos embora, todo mundo chora. Quando vamos embora, todo mundo... Adeus, adeus, move, eu vou me embora. Adeus, adeus, com Nossa Senhora. Adeus, adeus, adeus. Eu vou, eu vou, eu vou. Adeus, adeus, adeus. Eu vou, eu vou, eu vou. Adeus, volta a mão. Adeus, adeus. Eu vou, eu vou, eu vou. Adeus, adeus, adeus. Que não joguei, joguei agora. Porque o tempo pra vamos embora. Adeus, adeus, adeus. Adeus, adeus, adeus. Adeus, leave. Adeus, adeus. Adeus, adeus, adeus. Tchau. Adeus, tchau. Adeus, adeus. Adeus, tchau. Adeus, adeus. Tchau. Adeus, tchau. Adeus. Adeus, adeus, adeus. Adeus, adeus, adeus. This is so great. I love it. This is awesome. Me and my friends hanging out. This is... Wait. Where'd everybody go? What? We. Oh. Did you guys see where they went? I mean, I just had all my friends here. All my friends, we were here. We were playing capoeira. It was great. I was. Anyway, I mean, did you like that? I mean, because I love capoeira. I mean, it's this amazing thing. It's an Afro Brazilian martial art. It comes from Brazil, and there's so many amazing things in Brazil, like capoeira and samba, and they have these amazing juices and such great music, and the food is awesome. But I'm guessing that, some of us have not ever had the chance to go to Brazil. So what I thought maybe we could do is we could bring a little bit of Brazil to you. And so in order to bring you the real capoeira history and the experience, we have to actually take you back in time, because the capoeira was born on the plantations in Brazil. It was born out of a need. These people were brought from Africa. These Africans were enslaved in Brazil, and they were forced to work on the sugarcane plantations. What they did, in addition to creating a defensive style of martial art disguised as a dance called capoeira, was they created a dance with the sticks that were cut down from the sugarcane, along with the machetes, and they called it maculele. And in order for us to explain capoeira, we need to show you capoeira. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna take you back in time to show you maculele. Sou eu, maculele, sou eu. 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 E na hora, sou de Angola. E na hora, sou de Angola. E na hora, sou de Angola. Sou maculele, que eu sou maculele, que eu sou maculele, que eu sou maculele. sou maculele, que sou maculele, que sou maculele, que sou maculele. Sou eu maculele, sou eu. 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 E na hora, sou Jangola. E na hora, sou Jangola. E na hora, sou Jangola. Boa noite pra quem há de boa noite. Bom dia pra quem há de bom dia. A benção, meu papai, a benção. Maculele, o rei da valentia. Boa noite pra quem há de boa noite. Bom dia pra quem há de bom dia. A benção, meu papai, a benção. Maculele, o rei da valentia. E na hora, sou Jangola. E na hora, sou Jangola. Sai, sai, sai. 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 Yes, makulele. And so the makulele was done on the plantation, not just with the sticks that they called the grimas, but also with what was called the facão, the machetes. The machetes were used to cut down the sugar cane, and at some point they recognized they had weapons in their hands. And the dance that they did, the makulele, which came from a fight done in Africa, they were using the tools that they were forced to work with as the tools of their rebellion. And so this makulele aided the enslaved peoples in their rebellion. They had the sticks, they had the machetes, they had the ability to rebel for their freedom. These escaped formerly enslaved people. They ran away into the mountains. They called these free communities quilombos. One of the greatest leaders of this quilombo, Dos Palmares, was a man named Zumbi. His father was a very famous man named Ganga Zumba. Together, they established a base for runaways. And it wasn't just enslaved Africans. It was enslaved native Brazilians, those Tupi Guarani people that were forced into enslavement as well. It was also people who did not believe that slavery was right or just. And so these large communities began to grow and grow. Eventually, the Brazilian government recognized that slavery was done. There was too much of a rebellion at hand. The problem now at the end of slavery is all of these formerly enslaved people were very skilled fighters. Brazil made a decision. The decision was to outlaw this thing called capoeira. Anyone found doing that dance of the slaves would be put into jail. And so capoeira went underground. It became hidden. There were no capoeira schools. There were no capoeira groups. There were the capoeiras around. And so at any point in time, capoeira could happen. But as always, we were on the lookout for the police. Because if you were caught doing capoeira, that was not about paying your fine. It was about paying your punishment. It was physical punishment for being a person doing capoeira. And so in the places like the markets, sometimes capoeira would happen, but we could not get caught. The thing that saved and hid the capoeira was the samba. The drum is the same drum, the instruments were the same, the clap was the same. So anytime we were suspicious that the police were coming, samba would happen to hide us even more. And I want to show you now the time after slavery, after the makulele. We enter into the early 1900s in Brazil when capoeira was illegal. You could not do it because if you were caught, you would go to jail. I want to take you to one of the famous marketplaces in Salvador, Bahia. It is a place called the Mercado Modelo. Goods of all kind are bought and sold. Money is exchanged. Deals are made. Sometimes deals go well, and sometimes deals go very, very badly. Bem-vindo a Mercado Modelo! Buying and selling, 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 buying and selling. in mercado modelo, deals were made, things were bought and sold. Sometimes the deal was not a good deal, and the argument would ensue over the cost, the good, the value, and how do we solve these discrepancies between the people with the money and the people with the goods. If we start fighting, the police will come and they will know. We need a solution. The solution is, we'll play for the money. The winner takes all. By the game. Banhalara, no chão Chico Chico. Se meu amor fosse embora, eu não fico. Banhalara, no chão Chico Chico. Minha toalha de renda de bico. Banhalara, no chão Chico Chico. Se meu amor fosse embora, eu não fico. Banhalara, no chão Chico Chico. Minha toalha de renda de bico. Banhalara, no chão Chico Chico. Se meu amor fosse embora, eu não fico. Banhalara, no chão Chico Chico. Se meu amor fosse embora, eu não fico. Banhalara, no chão Chico Chico. Se meu amor fosse embora, eu não fico. Banhalara, no chão Chico Chico. Minha toalha de renda de bico. Banhalara, no chão Chico Chico. Se meu amor fosse embora, eu não fico. Banhalara, no chão Chico Chico. Minha toalha de renda de bico. Banhalara, no chão Chico Chico. Se meu amor fosse embora, eu não fico. Banhalara, no chão Chico Chico. Se meu amor fosse embora, eu não fico. Banhalara, no chão Chico Chico. Se meu amor fosse embora, eu não fico. Banhalara, no chão Chico Chico. Minha toalha de renda de bico. Banhalara, no chão Chico Chico. Se meu amor fosse embora, eu não fico. Banhalara, no chão Chico Chico. Minha toalha de renda de bico. Banhalara, no chão Chico Chico. Se meu amor fosse embora, eu não fico. Banhalara, no chão Chico Chico. Se meu amor fosse embora, eu não fico. Banhalara, no chão Chico Chico. Minha toalha de renda de bico. Banhalara, no chão Chico Chico. Se meu amor fosse embora, eu não fico. Banhalara, no chão Chico Chico. Minha toalha de renda de bico. Banhalara, no chão Chico Chico. Se meu amor fosse embora, eu não fico. Banhalara, no chão Chico Chico. Se meu amor fosse embora, eu não fico. Banhalara, no chão Chico Chico. Minha toalha de renda de bico. Banhalara, no chão Chico Chico. Se meu amor fosse embora, eu não fico. Banhalara, no chão Chico Chico. Minha toalha de renda de bico. Banhalara, no chão Chico Chico. Se meu amor fosse embora, eu não fico. Banhalara, no chão Chico Chico. Minha toalha de renda de bico. Banhalara, no chão Chico Chico. Se meu amor fosse embora, eu não fico. You win! It's yours! We don't know how much time we have. The police will be here soon. Be careful, Capoeira. We don't want to get caught. It's almost time for the police to come through. I don't know how much time we have left. Play quick. What is he? Samba was the thing that protected us from the police. But eventually, the capoeira became legal. Eventually, we were allowed to do our capoeira. And so, the first capoeira school opens up. A man by the name of Manuel dos Reis Machado opens up the very first school of capoeira. The Escola de Mestre Bimba opens up. And so, Mestre Bimba's students, always wanting to be in class on time, prepared, would be Mestre Bimba with his birimbau and his students for class. Get your partners for sequencia. Let's go, everyone. Mestre Bimba, the very first teacher to open up a school, developed a curriculum for learning, for training. The students of Mestre Bimba were proud to be in his school. The very first capoeira school in Brazil. No longer is it illegal. Now we are prestigious. We are students in a school of capoeira. Mestre Bimba, a former champion fighter in Brazil, was the perfect person to lead this school. Students lined up to come to his school. Not all were accepted. The lineage that has followed Mestre Bimba today is maintained by his son, Mestre Nanel, who still teaches in Salvador, Bahia, in the neighborhood called Pelourinho, where Mestre Bimba's very first school was opened. Today, all over the world, students in the school, Filhos de Bimba, train this teaching sequence every day when they come to class. Gente, sit down. We've come to the end of our performance. We have brought you from the beginning of capoeira to today. Thanks to the work of Mestre Bimba, schools all over the world can now teach capoeira. Students like these get to come to school without the fear of the persecution. And so one of the things that we have learned in capoeira is that even the impossible is possible. Birimbau. Solos. Next. chamada, chamada, chamada. Everyone, that is the conclusion of our performance. We would like to give you a moment to ask some questions if you have any that we have not yet answered. My friends and I are going to look at our screen and oh, it went away. I thought I saw one.
That was amazing. Wow, good job, everybody. Give yourselves a nice round of applause. That was really, really awesome. I know I'm inspired to learn more, especially about I'm going to go back and look up more about the Quilombo communities that you talked about. That was really interesting. So I think we maybe have time for one question. Can you guys hear me?
We can.
Okay, great. So let me take a look at the chat here. Can you first tell us a little bit about the Afro Brazilian Cultural Center and how people might be able to get in touch with you if they want to learn more about your program?
So we are located in the heart of Bloomfield, New Jersey. Our doors are open 7 days a week for people that would love to experience some culture. And it is not just the Afro-Brazilian culture of capoeira and samba. We offer classes of all kinds. There are yoga classes. There are other dance classes. If you look on our website, you'll find a complete offering of what we have. Our goal is that this becomes your home as it is ours.
Fantastic. Thank you. So we have a question here from Mira, age 6, and Mira wants to know, how do Brazilian dancers learn all their steps?
How do dancers learn all their steps? Is the answer practice? Practice, one step at a time. I love that.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And Doug wants to know, can you speak to the Carnival processions in the streets and what they mean?
About the what in the streets?
The Carnival processions.
Carnival is a celebration like in other places like New Orleans where there is a carnival, and the samba schools practice all year long. As soon as Carnival is over, they start practicing again for the coming year. And it is the chance to show the best and the brightest of the dancers and the costumes. It is your chance to make the loudest and best noise. It is simply a celebration of the spirit.
That's great. Well, David, we're sort of running out of time, so I just want to give you a big thank you and a big thank you to all of your dancers. You guys were awesome. Muito obrigada.
Obrigado você!
Fantástico, foi espetacular. And for everybody who's watching, we still have lots more Carnival celebrations to come today. Next up at 3:30, you don't want to miss this. We're going to be learning all about the food of Carnival. So be sure to join us then at 3:30. There's a link in the chat. And once again, a big, big thank you to all of our dancers. Thanks, everyone.
Adeus, adeus. Ciao, ciao.
A big thank you also to Horizon Foundation for New Jersey. We can't do it without them, and we can't do it without all of our supporters. So if you like this program, feel free to donate or join as members. Bye, everyone.